I started taking software engineering seriously about 3 years ago. And since then, I got the chance to build a lot of cool stuff, and I would say I got better in every area. Except one. I think there's one area where I actually got worse in. The issue. I think you take the code and the framework and the stack more seriously than the product you actually want to put out. Let me explain. What happened this week so that I decided to make this video? As I'm starting my YouTube channel, I moved out of the coding environment that my company provided. That's why I set out to build my perfect coding environment. I started by asking colleagues what they use, how they build their fun projects and their side hustles, and I got a huge variety of answers. You have to go serverless, this is the future. No, serverless is already dead. Use this new framework. So I think the problem has always existed. You remember those lengthy discussions back in school? Who has the better smartphone? Did Apple steal from Samsung? Did Samsung copy Apple? Which one looks better? Which one has the better camera? And they would get quite serious. But in the end, what for? I think they all got the job done. In the beginning, the goal was clear. I wanted to build a simple, very easy to start, quick deploy setup to build my side projects. I didn't worry too much about the front-end part, as there are good and free solutions to host them. I really wanted to build a perfect server setup, because there I don't want to spend too much time with as a front-end engineer. And that's where the whole trouble started. So that's the plan. I do not worry too much about the front-end. There are now a few good tools that are for free and that I've worked with in the past, so nothing to worry there. But now about the backend. That's where it went a bit sideways. So I wasn't focusing about the goal anymore, I was focusing on the tech. So I really wanted to get it to work in this specific setup I planned. So I have one instance and multiple Docker images on that one, but I didn't really need this at this point. So of course, on my quest, looking for the best setup, I started with the biggest one, AWS. So let me quickly show you my AWS experience. So next thing, after the quick AWS check, I moved on to the Google Cloud. And also there, probably as I started setting up Kubernetes clusters, which I have no idea of, was fighting with user access management. I should have known it's time to move on. Nevertheless, I went from error to issue to Stack Overflow to ChatGPT, trying to solve the issues and mostly fighting to get it to work and completely forgetting what my original goal was. So I should have stopped earlier. I kept going and I ended up wasting a full week. So remember, in the beginning, I just wanted a simple, easy to use framework to deploy my stuff to. What did we end up with? Researching the best possible alternative, reading forums, while it's all about getting started. So that's why I'm gonna get started now and show you how to build your setup in 2 minutes. So this is the final setup I ended up with. A very simple, quick start Cloud Run application, and it took me about 10 minutes to set up from beginning to end, including a database. While we wait for the project to be generated, we can set up the database. The cool thing in Google Cloud is that they create a user for you that manages the authentication between the applications. So I really don't have to worry about all this, and I'm gonna populate the database with some values here, with 2 users, Spider-Man and Batman. And as easy as that, Spider-Man and Batman, they're both there. We have a working server we can connect our front end to. So keep it simple and get started.